Hey everyone, welcome to the Right Hook Show. I'm your host, Cassandra White. We have a fabulous show today. I have a champ. Yeah, I said a champ, Demarcus Corley. So sit back, relax, and we'll be right back on the Right Hook Show.
About to show these little I go. Pay attention, you should stay and learn. Turned up in the club, nigga. You know I came here with baby girl.
Hey, B-A-B-I-E. Everything foreign, we ain't even Chinese. Box hot, stab bread like 9 feet. And I wish I would try to try me. I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah. I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah. I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah. I be there with baby. So you can stop the hate now.
She's a boxing promoter and you know a soldier.
Welcome back to the Right Hook Show. I'm your host, Cassandra White. I told you guys before, we have a very special guest. Oh my God, I've been wanting to get this guy here at the Right Hook Show, and we finally got him, yay! And it's none other than Demarcus Corley, known as Chop Chop.
Hey, good afternoon. How you doing?
What's going on, Chop Chop?
I'm happy, man. Happy to be here.
Let me ask you this. How did you get Chop Chop? Did you give yourself that name, or was someone else that suggested it for you?
My trainer at that time, I was 10 years old. We went to Nashville, Tennessee, and I was weighing 65 pounds. And we arrived there that night, got on the scale, 65, perfect. He said, I know everybody's hungry. We had a long ride. We're going to go out to eat, but I want you to make sure you eat light. And my name is Demarcus, so they called me Demarcus or even Duck. And he said, Duck. I didn't have a name at that time. He said, Duck, you got to eat a salad, okay? So we went to Burger King where they had the salad bar. I never forget. And I had a salad. I fixed me a sundae, a toppings, and a banana split. Then I had somebody French fries and a cheeseburger. I got back on the scale the next morning. I weighed 75 pounds.
What?
He said, what did you do? I said, I ate. He said, I told you to eat light. He said, you ate out of sight. He said, your nickname will be Chop Chop from now on. Now you got to move up in weight class and fight the 75 pounders.
So how was that? Was it
was
hard
great.
to do?
No. I mean, I can fight at that age. I made it to the championship. I fought Danny Ramirez, who's a Hall of Fame fighter, at 11 years old.
And you won the Golden Gloves, correct?
Yes, 1995.
And then after that, that next year you turned pro.
Yes.
And your very first pro fight was with Aaron Smith, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So how was that? You know, going out there. I'm always curious. That's why I really start promoting these amateurs going into pros, the pro debuts, because I think it's like a challenge, or it may be a scary feeling to jump over into that. You know what I'm saying? After fighting in the amateur all the time.
Me traveling for so many years as an amateur, going to the nationals and the regionals, I was excited. I was excited to become a professional boxer because I wanted that spotlight. I like the light, so I wanted to be there.
Wow.
And my first pro fight was at my high school, where I graduated from, H.D. Woodson.
So you're a native Washingtonian?
Born and raised.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I just didn't know that, really. But you really didn't fight all your fights here in D.C., did you?
I fought everywhere. I never turned down a fight. I traveled.
And you know what? I was gonna bring that up. I got that in my notes. I read somewhere that you never turned down a fight.
Quiet as kept. I may be fighting next Friday.
And I was going you see, every question I was gonna say.
December the 11th.
Because your career started in 1996 and they had it 2019. So you may be coming, you look good. I just want you to know. I touched your stomach, guys. I did. Anyway, yeah, and you look really good, tone, fit. So you ready to do that?
I stay in shape. I
Wow.
stay ready.
Yeah.
Boxing is my life, it's my job, and there's no reason why I'm not ready if I get a phone call.
Wow, that was amazing when I heard that. I said, what? Because, you know, as a promoter, you always listen to these guys, well, who is it, and what is it, and da-da-da. And obviously you have to take, they have to be on the same level as you, I
Yes.
would imagine. You're just not going to just take anything.
No,
you know?
same weight class, the weight
Right.
division.
Yeah, weight division, absolutely. So I'm gonna say 3 names, and from 1 to 10, would you say it was a tough fight? 10 being tough.
Okay.
Toughness, okay. We're gonna start with Daryl Tyson.
3.
Wow. We're gonna say Zab Judah.
8.
We're gonna say Floyd Mayweather Jr.
10 plus.
Whoa! But if I remember correctly, you almost won that fight, or you almost had
Yes.
a knockout
Yes.
or knockdown. What was it?
It was almost a knockout. I hurt him real bad, and then he went into the ropes.
Wow, wow. Could you imagine? How would you think your career would have changed? I mean, did you look at it from that standpoint? Or no?
Yeah, because I was guaranteed a Chiro Gotti. Whoever won was fighting Gotti for the title, for the
Wow.
WBC super lightweight title.
Wow, that's amazing.
And that was my elevation to a pay-per-view fighter.
Wow.
If I could have beat Money Mayweather.
But I read somewhere else that you also held the WBO title.
Yes.
Was it 2 or 3 years?
Yes, I won the title 2001. I took that fight on a 5-day notice.
Wow.
We got a phone call on a Tuesday, asked me would I fight on a Saturday, and it was on Showtime.
Yeah.
It was on Arturo, no, it was on the young man who passed away, Johnny Tapia.
Oh, okay.
It was on his undercard at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas.
Wow.
And I couldn't turn down a TV fight. My first fight on TV, I didn't care how much I was getting paid, but it was for the title, and we was prepared for it.
2 straight rights to put Mitchell on the canvas, and now it's Flores. Chasing the canvas, a left hand down for the second time. There's no 3 knockdown rule, and he is on wobbly legs.
6, 7, 8, you okay? Come to me.
He tells Jay Nady he's all right.
You sitting up here. Come, give me a boss.
Corley, as mentioned, and his camp said this was going to be a quick one. This is going to do it. Wow. Nady stops the fight.
Charge. Jay Nady stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout. He is the new WBO Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, Demarcus Chop Chop Corley.
I chopped him up.
The sign on the back of Corley's trunks, ATWD, stands for all the way down. And that's where he put Felix Flores.
So you held on to that until 2003, correct?
Yes.
How is it? I mean, is that like, how can I put it? Is it tougher trying to keep your belt? You know what I'm saying? Is it tough?
Yes, it's tough, but in that time and era, 2001, 9/11 hit right after that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I won in June. Boxing shut down after that.
Right, right.
So I didn't get a chance to defend my title until the following year,
Okay.
which was in January. 6 months without a fight, and I had to fight Enir Julio for my first defense. It was a great opportunity just to be back in the ring after a layoff, and then boxing trying to pick back up from 9/11.
Right, right. And let me ask you this. Who was your, I guess, inspiration as a kid growing up in terms of boxing? What boxer do you look up to, or did you look up to any one of them?
As a kid, it wasn't no major champions at that time that I was looking up to. Me getting into boxing at a young age, it was Mark Johnson, Darryl Coley, Keith Holmes, Star Child, another great flashy fighter. I looked up to those guys because they were from the city and they put on a great performance when they came to fight.
Right. And those are the ones you just remember seeing as a kid.
Yes.
I would imagine.
They always came in the ring performing.
Oh, you have some of your performance too, and especially like your outfits. You got your boxing gear, and it was like, where did he come up with this? I mean, do you create these things in your mind, or do you have a?
I have a vision what I want to wear.
Wow.
And I have some new stuff I'm coming out with. It's going to have LED lights lit up in it. I don't know if they're going to allow the lights to be on throughout the fight, but I got a couple outfits going to have LED lights.
We're going to talk about your line. You got a clothing line, you got a shoe line. We're going to do that in the next segment. But I want to focus more on your boxing thing because it's fascinating. I told you off camera that reading about you, I was just so fascinated because, you know, I never knew all these things about you and how you started, and yet you never turned down a match. And that's incredible. A lot of boxers today, they don't do that. What are your thoughts about these young boxers coming up in the game?
My thoughts on them is they're not serious about the sport. They want it for the money. It ain't about the money with me. It's about the legacy. I'm looking at the Hall of Fame now.
Right.
And when I realized it's a possibility, I can go into the Hall of Fame and be inducted, I took it very serious after 10 to 15 years.
Right. And that's amazing. No, it's not a thought of you should be. You are going to be in the Hall of Fame because you earned those credits to do that. But also, I guess the ladies want to know, everybody want to know whether you're married.
Huh? Don't nobody want to know that.
Yes, they do. Well, okay, we'll skip that one. Do you have any kids?
I have 11 children.
I thought, wait a minute. I thought it was 8.
No, I have 11 children. I'm a breeder, which you can see that.
You know what? Okay. 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 You have 11 kids. Are any of the kids into boxing?
Yes.
How many of them?
5 of them.
Really?
5 of them are into boxing.
Boys or girls or both?
I have a daughter who's 9 years old. She's ready to get into it, so I have her own equipment made for her. What? And hopefully we'll start training sometime next year.
That's amazing.
She's serious. She's a very talented young lady, and she's serious. She said, Dad, I want to do it.
So do you train her, or do you have somebody else?
No, I'm going to train her.
Okay, that's good.
And my youngest son, Little Chop, he's 8 years old, and he's ready to compete now.
Really? Yes. Oh my God! Now, can you imagine these kids growing up to follow in your footsteps? Maybe not following your footsteps. They have their own footsteps to follow, but they can look and say, "Look what my dad did. I surely can do it as well."
Yes.
I think that's just great. So, you thinking about coming out? Were you out of retirement, or were you?
I never retired yet.
That's what I know. Yeah, because I'm thinking. I looked at 1996, 2019. I said, I didn't know he was retired. So,
me neither.
So, you ready to get back in the ring?
Oh, of course. I stay in the gym. I just was in Vegas before the holidays, training, preparing for a bare knuckle fight.
What do you mean bare knuckle fight?
BKB is a new network, new boxing organization. It's called BKB, Bare Knuckle Fighting, where you only wrap this part of your hands, and all this is exposed. So you just actually fight. If you go to Google and type in BKB boxing or BKB Bare Knuckle Fighting, and you'll see.
I'm gonna look at that. Yeah. So is that only in Vegas that they
No,
allow
it's not in Vegas. It's in Mississippi and Florida. The fight next week is in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Do they put that on television? Because I've never seen that.
Yes, they're working on getting it on mainstreaming, but right now they have an app. You can download the app to all your devices. It's called BKB TV, but it's big.
So let me ask you this. You said you were 10 years old when you got into boxing.
Yes.
How did you, did someone say, hey, go join the gym? Or how did you get into it?
I was down at the rec center, which I went past yesterday, Kenilworth Recreation Center.
Yeah,
it's not there no more.
Wait a minute, it's not there
It's just complete grass.
What?
Kenilworth Parkside is just land now.
Oh, wow.
The tennis court is still there where you can play racquetball.
Okay. Yeah.
But they tore that down. It's just land. The new rec center is where Kenilworth Elementary School is now.
Okay.
Inside the school.
Okay, yes, you're right. I've seen it.
And I was at the rec center playing like we all do for kids, and the trainer asked me, did I want to box? He had other guys in the boxing gym, and he showed me the gym, and I went in there, and they was exercising and stuff. He said, you want to box? I said, no. He said, why? I said, for what? I know how to fight. I'm just a little boy. Every little boy think they know how to fight. I said, I know how to fight. He said, but fighting and boxing is different. Boxing is a sport. I said, so if it's a sport, what do you win? I know in basketball, I see a lot of players, they get the basketball trophies when they go to brick camp and stuff. He said, you get a trophy or a medal? He said, come here, I'm gonna show you. He took me to the office. He said, you see these trophies? And they had the man on it with the box like that. Yeah. I said, yeah, nice trophies. He said, some of these trophies are the fighters in the gym. I said, well, why they take them home? He said, they have so many, they just leave them here and put them in the trophy case. So that was exciting to me. You get a trophy or a medal to win, to take home. Me being a short little boy, my nickname was Duck at the time. So I went home, I asked my mother, Mom, can I box? She said, Duck, no, you can't box.
Really?
I'm like, why? She's like, you got asthma. And if you get hit in your chest too hard, you may have an asthma attack. No, you can't box. So me being a child, You know how kids are. They don't listen. They're going to do what they want to do until they get a butt whooping. The whole time I'm going back to the rec center every day after school, practicing at 7 o'clock. From 7 to 9, they had boxing practice.
We're gonna pick up with that. We got to take a break right now. We'll be right back on the Right Hook Show with Chop Chop.
Right hook.
B-A-B-I-E, everything foreign, we ain't even Chinese. Box hot, stab bread like 9 feet. And I wish y'all to try me. I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. So you can stop the hate now.
She's a boxing promoter and you know a soldier. She work with big.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Right Hook Show. I'm your host, Cassandra White, and this is our co-host right here, Mr. Leo White. He decided to sit in with us today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our show. We got some great lineup for you. We got some boxers talking about what the pandemic has done in terms of putting their boxing career on hold. And you're going to talk to Moi about how she got into the boxing business. So hope you tune in because, like I said, we have some very great pieces for you. So always remember, we always be bringing you great punches right here on the Right Hook Show.
Myth. If you get COVID-19, you'll recover after a few days. That myth is false. We're only just beginning to understand the effects of COVID-19 on the human body, as we're starting to see more and more people identifying as long haulers who are having symptoms for weeks, if not months, after their initial infection. Continue to wear a mask, socially distance, and wash your hands. Together, we can keep COVID out of school.
For ways to keep your community safe, go to backtoschooltogether.com.
Even though there is so much against us, you will see me wearing a face covering because I care about myself and my community. You will see me as a woman who stands up for what I believe in. Join us in wearing a face covering to help stop the spread of the coronavirus, because this is one small act of kindness that has the power to make a difference.
B-A-B-I-E, everything foreign, we ain't even Chinese. Box hot, stab bread like 9 feet. And I wish y'all to try me. I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. So you can stop the hate now.
She's a boxing promoter and you know a soldier. She work with big.
Welcome back to the Right Hook Show. I'm sitting here with the champ, Chop Chop. So Chop, we were talking, I think we left off with your about your mom, and she didn't want you to get into boxing because of the asthma.
Yes.
But you kind of defied her. You just went out there. You went out there and did your own thing.
Became multiple champions.
You did that, and what did she say after that? I mean, what was her response?
I begged her for like 5 months, asked me down there practicing, and the tournament was coming up, which was the Junior Olympics. And when she finally said yes, but she told me, this is, you lose, you can't box no more. I'm not gonna allow you to fight. If you win, I'll consider you winning, fighting again. So I brought home a nice trophy, and she said, Duck, you really can fight. And I said, yeah, Mom, I'm good. And she said, okay, you can go ahead and continue to box. And
wow, that's a great story.
that was it right there.
That's a great story. Did she go to your pro shows?
Yes. My mom flew to Florida to see me fight when I defended my first title, the WBO. She flew to that one. She came to the convention center, and she watched a couple of rounds of it, but then she go in the bathroom.
Because she couldn't take it.
She said, my blood pressure too high. I know. She was there when I fought Mayweather in Atlantic City.
Really? So
yes.
What was her thought about that fight?
She was excited. She was like, get him, Duck, get him. And everybody like, they probably, I know they look like, why she calling him Duck?
Oh my God, that's an amazing story. So, you know, I follow you on the gram, and I see that you say you can cook. you know, he's got all these meals guys out there, and but can you cook?
I can cook.
And then you told me off camera that you love to eat. And ladies, let me tell you something. He has no fat on him, trust me. So I'm just trying to figure out, how do you do that?
I work out. I constantly work out. I'm going to work out tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna eat tonight, but I'm gonna work out tonight. I'm gonna go running.
Okay, what's your favorite meal to make?
I love fried chicken. I mean, I'm soul food man. I love fried chicken. I love me some chicken.
Kidding me?
My second would be good old turkey wings.
No. Well, can you cook the fried chicken?
I can fry some chicken.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I'm like, I totally suck at cooking chicken. But, and how do you do fried chicken? How do you
You clean your chicken first, and then it's your season. It's multiple seasons that you can use for your fried chicken.
Can you give me a couple of them?
The Montreal steak, the Montreal chicken. They have the Montreal garlic.
I love garlic.
Yeah.
I can do garlic.
Goya has a great season also.
Really?
That is a mixture of seasons that I put together, but you just can't put them together because you don't know what they're going to taste like. You have to taste that season. And when I say taste it, you have to wet your finger, put your finger in the season, and taste it. It's a taste that I know that I'm looking for.
Let me ask you this. When you first started out in your pro boxing, did you have someone that cooked your meals for you, or chef, or because I know some of these guys have
a chef, a cook.
Yeah.
No, as the amateurs and the pros, I just ate healthy all the time. I never wanted to eat out because back then they were talking about food poisoning a lot.
Right.
So I'd rather have a home cooked meal compared to going to eat out. That way I ain't got to worry about my stomach hurt.
Right.
My mother, she normally cooked at home all the time for us. So me just eating at home, go to school, eat at home, come back, go to the gym.
So as an adult with your own kids, do you cook for them like that?
Oh, my kids love my cooking.
So I wish they were here so I could ask.
Oh, they'll tell you, my dad can cook.
Oh, that's beautiful though. So you also have a clothing line.
Yes.
Correct? Tell us about that.
It's Chop Corley's collection. That's compared to just all my boxing gear. Chop, you'll see the logo. And then we're launching Casio Ferrego. That's my casual line.
Okay, so that consists
That's going to be casual shirts, dress shoes, suits. I like to wear suits. I like dressing up.
Really?
And then the women's line, I'm doing a women's line as well. It's SKD.
Okay, so what does that consist of? Like?
That's who I am. I'm something kind of different.
He's a character, guys. So does that, for the ladies line, does that consist of dresses?
Right now I have my spandex in for the ladies, workout gear.
Okay.
So the leggies, top and bottom, the bandanas, the little, what's some pouches y'all wear now?
Oh, yeah.
I have those, the SKD lady pouches.
So are they the colorish? I mean, the color, what's the colors? All colors? Or?
It's going to be all colors, but my main favorite color will be red and then some pink.
Oh, I love red and I love pink. Yes, those are two. And there also is a shoe line.
Yes.
Correct?
My Casio Ferrego casual shoe that's coming out, the men's dress shoe to go with my suits.
And I mean, I thought I saw some boxing shoes too.
Oh,
right?
but boxing is Chop Corley's collection.
Okay.
That's all with my Chop logo on it. And we did a new one with the shield, and the shoe zips up now. No shoelaces, yes.
Really? What is that? What, and shoes, regular shoes? Or
No, my boxing shoe. My boxing shoe has a zipper on it.
But can women wear those too? Or
Yes.
just for men?
No, it's women. It's unisex.
Okay, great. Because I was thinking, because I need to. That's one thing I don't have in my boxing collection is some boxing shoes.
Okay, your favorite color is red.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta get some.
We're gonna put baby girl on the side.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna do a mock-up and send it to you so you can approve it.
Oh my God.
What size shoe?
Thank you. 10.
10.
Yes.
Size 8 in men.
Okay, great. I don't care as long as I get them.
You wear my size.
Oh my God, we were talking off camera. He asked me how tall I was, and I said 5'8". Well, actually, I'm 5'8.5". He said I didn't look 5'8". He did, so whatever. Anyway, so going forward with this line, first of all, how did you get into doing your own clothing line? Is it something you always wanted to do?
Well, my brother, who's deceased, who was killed in 2001, murdered by a guy who used to box with me, I know, and everything. That really touches.
Wait a minute. The guy who killed your brother was someone you knew?
Yeah, he used to box.
Oh, my God.
Went to school together, elementary school. And that's a very touchy situation. And my brother was the seamstress first. Okay. And his clothing line was Michelangelo. That's his first name, Michelangelo Clothing Line. And I asked him to make me uniform, a pair of trunks and a tank top to fight in. And he said, I'll make it for you. I wanted velvet, black velvet with red tassels. And he made it for me, and it only took him like 3 hours.
Wow, he was that
But he
good?
charged me. And I sat there and I watched him. Took my measurements, cut the material. Within 3 hours, I had a pair of shorts and a tank top.
Really?
So I said, is that easy? He said, all you gotta do is have patience and be willing to learn. So my 11th grade year, went to H.D. Woodson. I took up home economics. And I started sewing. And that was my hustle, making prom dresses at the end of the year. So I took a very liking to it, and I got very good at it. I won first place and second place in the fashion show at McKinley Tech.
Whoa.
And I knew I was good.
See, nobody knew. I never knew this backstory about you. I never knew it. So, and your very first outfits, I know you said your brother did the first one.
Yes.
But after that, did you ever make any of your other ones?
I made my first pair of boxing trunks was a pair of boxing trunks made red, white, and blue, and the material was from the American flag in the school. No. I went up to my junior high school and I asked the teachers, can I have the flag? It was summertime, so school was closing.
Right.
I was like, can I have the American flag? They're like, what are you gonna do with it? I'm like, I'm gonna make something out of it. But that was very disrespectful for what I'd done. I didn't know back then, I was young. You can't cut up American flag. I cut American flag and turned it into a pair of boxing trunks.
Wow.
And I fought in it. And
Did you win?
yes, I won.
You won.
But I caught a lot of trouble from that. My old trainer at that time, Sylvester Gaithers, they really was hard on me.
Well, you didn't know, and I'm sitting up here. I didn't know. At my age, I didn't know that either. But I think I read somewhere about burning a flag. I think they said you can't burn a flag. So I didn't know just cutting it up and making it something into a material, outfit or whatever. That would be something. I think is honoring, the flag to me. That's my perspective of it. But anyway, so that's how that was your outfit that you made.
And then I started making my own linen outfits, going to school, wearing my own clothes.
That young, you were doing that?
In high school, yes.
Wow, that's amazing. So that stands the reason why you would just pick it up right now.
I wanted to be a model. As I was growing up, I used to swim a lot. I joined the swim team, and I knew I had the body to be a model. I didn't have the height, and I wasn't the right color. I was dark. They were into light skin.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They were into that. We're not into that now. No, that's like you light skinned brothers, trust me.
I always loved my body. I loved taking pictures, and I always wanted to stay in shape and stay fit, so I wanted to be a model.
Wow, that's amazing. I just can't. This guy is so well-rounded. So with the shoe line, the clothing line, I mean, what else is it left for Chop Chop?
It's Chop Chop Kitchen, Chop Chop Cookware. I'm working on that, coming out with my own cooking utensils, pots and pans.
I think you should have boxing gloves on it.
We're gonna have the axes on the cookware.
Yeah.
And then I got some aprons back at I had my own apron done up with my logo. It's I got a knife in this hand and a meat cleaver in this hand, and it's being crossed like this.
That's so cool. Oh my God, that's just amazing. So you got the clothing line, you got the shoe line, and now you have your cooking wear products that you're gonna go on to. I mean, you cornering the market, brother. You absolutely are.
I always wanted to be into business as a child. I wanted to be my own boss.
That's right. Absolute same here too. So I'm just so honored that you came and graced us with your presence, and I really think that we're not done with this guy right here.
Not yet.
No, because he got a lot of things going on, and so I just want to thank you again for stopping by.
I appreciate
on the Right Hook Show. Thank you. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.
We'll see you back on the Right Hook Show. I'm your host, Cassandra White, with the champ.
Chop.
About to show these little I go. Pay attention, you should stay and learn. Turned up in the club, nigga. You know I came here with baby girl.
Hey, B-A-B-I-E. Everything foreign, we ain't even Chinese. Box hot, stab bread like 9 feet. And I wish I would try to try me. I be there with baby. Yeah, I be there with baby.